G'day folks, welcome back to Valheim, and welcome back to our beautiful looking home. Things are really coming along, I would have to say, and I'm really happy with all of the external developments so far. The roof that we fixed, the banners that we've got going everywhere, and I would say that in this episode we're going to try and focus on this area out here a little bit. And also try to grow some vines. So that'll be at least the first thing that we get to before moving on to other things. Let me see here. I probably do need to fix up my hammer before we can do anything else. Again, I do have another pike here that I've randomly found on the ground. So let's just do stuff with that first. More Asvin tails, I do like it. Probably not going to be setting up any more banners, you would hope anyway. So I feel like we're all bannered out for now. You could argue maybe there are no banners on the backside of the home. But I don't really think that there is a good spot for banners. But yeah, anyway, let's focus on what we're about to do out this way. And before I tuck away any additional materials, I'll probably just carry stuff with me for the time being. We do need to flatten things, and then we need to figure out how to get these vines in, which, you know, I don't really think it's going to be too difficult. I do want to say, guys, I am doing a bit of an experiment in this episode with my audio. It's a 40-degree day today. It was a 40-degree day yesterday, and it's going to be a 40-degree day tomorrow as well. I am sweltering right now. It is so bloody hot. And normally I don't run anything while I'm doing any recording, and it gets really, like, even hotter in the office as a result. But I've decided to give the fan a try. So I've set up a fan. It's on the opposite side of the mic, and the mic shouldn't really pick up too much of the noise. But again, I don't really know until, you know, I get to sort of listen to the entire recording during the editing process. Obviously, I could cut things out, and that'd probably make things neater that way, but that will require a lot more editing. So yeah, I'm normally pretty light touch on this sort of stuff, but I'm gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna try and iron things out. You might hear a thing or two, but I'd appreciate your feedback if you do hear the fan noises in the background. You guys can let me know in the comments, and that way I know that it's probably not the best idea. But yeah, I just can't get away from this heat, guys. Needed to do something about it today. Alright, so this is looking pretty good. Do I want to add anything like, for example, you know, wooden barriers? Because I could add wooden barriers. That might not look too bad. I could do like wooden barriers across this way before we sort of start cultivating the soil. Maybe a few wooden barriers this way. Yeah. Or I could just simply cultivate the soil. Yeah, let me at least get the cultivation done. It needs to happen regardless. And I think adding barriers might look good, actually. So we'll think about doing that. Do I want to get my vine seeds in right now? Because they'll probably take a while to grow, right? So a bit of ivy there, a bit of ivy there, and I'm thinking just one more over here. Hopefully it has enough space. But the key is that... oh, it needs more room to grow. Okay. These are probably going to die then. That's the whole reason why I bought a few of them. Yeah, these ones seem healthy. I'm surprised that this one's still growing. But anyway, it is bedtime, I feel. So, aside from dealing with the ivy and, you know, flattening the soil, etc., maybe adding some grass and beautifying the outside a little bit more, we are going to try and figure out a proper way to get up and down the lowest tier that gets us to the dock, to the mid tier of the property. So we'll think about doing that in this episode, and I'm thinking of also just spending a bit of time maybe getting some lanterns. I don't know if we have all of the ingredients required for lanterns. Oh, needs a nearby wall. Okay. Well, this one completely failed. Maybe there? Yeah. These two have latched on, which is really nice. Oh, and that grew very, very quickly. Alright, so, considering the weather, I think maybe we should play around with lanterns first. So, real stormy, isn't it? I'm thinking a couple of lanterns maybe just above the windows might not be a bad idea. And maybe even a third lantern just above the tower entrance here. I was not expecting that at all. Okay, I just want to double check on how many eggs we have out there, because obviously we'll need at least some Asvins to keep them breeding. And considering the amount of Asvin meat we have at the moment, maybe I should sort of slow things down on that front. So is this growing? I guess it is. It hasn't latched on just yet, though. And then once all of this is done, I believe, I could be wrong here, but I believe I could actually bring, like, the borders to be pretty close to the vines themselves. It doesn't have to be too far away from the vines. We'll wait for this one to grow, I think. But now I do want to try and get those lanterns in. Actually, I do need the black forge, don't I? So it's 2 bronze and some crystals. I think I can afford to expend some crystals. I've got plenty of crystals. And I've got a little bit of bronze. Yeah. Okay. Settling cores, I think we need. Oh, okay, we're carrying a bit much. We're gonna need some copper as well, right? So let's bring 6, and I probably need 3 chains. Okay, good. Yeah, surprised that we had a decent amount of bronze, actually. Okay, so Verger wall lanterns. Let's get to this. And we'll definitely have one out. Actually, I do need to bring the Black Forge out, don't I? Let's maybe start with the kitchen one first. Yeah, I think that's simple enough. And this is now latched on as well, which means we should be able to get to placing down the wooden barriers, which I will do. I think I did spot a supporting piece of wood, or maybe a few of them up this way, which I should just remove. I've completely forgotten, but there's the detailing of the chimney, like the outside of it, at the very top, which I haven't really done anything about. And I think I want to maybe get some Grouston in there. We'll come back to that. Yeah, quite a few bits and pieces that I have left undone. Okay, so... something like that, and... similarly... we do... this stuff here, which I assume we can get very, very close to the plants, since they've already latched on. I mean, that looks quite nice. And I think it'll look like even cooler once the vines have like climbed all the way up. I assume they are going to do that. But it's going to take some time. Right, continuing on with lanterns, let's get the 2 lanterns in the front. I may need to bring the Black Forge out this way. I could perhaps maybe try and get it in from here, but maybe that's not such a good idea. Maybe I need to be able to see what I'm doing a little bit better. Righto. So... I kind of want to be able to snap things into place, so I might just do that. And use that as a bit of a guide. Jeez, that took longer than expected to just simply grab that piece of wood. Okay. So, how is our fair home looking right now with the lanterns in there? I think it looks even nicer than before. I am probably going to keep the torches where they are though, because I think the torches are still required. So we won't get rid of the torches or anything. Yeah, looking good. I wonder if we should, like, have like a couple of lanterns or something like that, like, on the sides of the house as well. But I feel like if I did that, I would probably want to remove some of the sconces. Or do we do lanterns on the main building on the sides? Not sure, but what I am sure of is I need Grouston for the chimney. So let's work on that first, I reckon. Okay, so I might need to open things up a little bit to see what's going on below. Can't be helped. I just hope that I can actually place things down back again. Maybe before I open things up, maybe it's better to just have a look at what's going on from the inside, in fact. So we do have Grouston going all the way up on this side and presumably on this side as well, which means that it makes sense for us to just continue the Grouston upwards. I think I initially thought that things wouldn't look as nice with Grouston sticking out, but I think it looks worse with the steel poles sticking out, so I kind of want to cover that up instead. I'm just going to play around with a bit of stone as well to see if there's any additional aesthetic that we can try and achieve. I've always sort of contemplated making like a lip for the chimney, but yeah, I don't really know if that's really something we want to do or not. I mean, the Growston sort of poking out this way would allow us to do something like that, which could be kind of cool. Provided everything holds, obviously. Okay, so... perfect. And now, to just continue with experimentation, I need to return the Growston roofs, actually, and I think I'm running out of Growston, in fact. How much is one of those roofs? I forget. It's 5 each, so... at least I'm gonna need 20. And... might grab a little bit more stone here. I think that's where we want it. And so let's just snap the other side here. There we go. Just double check that we don't have any roofs sort of sticking into the chimney, because that'd be very bad. I can barely see what I'm doing here. That's what we want, and one more on this side, and we should be good. Again, let's just inspect that. Looks good. Let's get our experimentation going. Or let's continue our experimentation, rather. So I sort of want a brick piece to go out this way by half. Something like that as well. So that's good, but the problem is this little corner here. Like, how can I get something in that space? Just had a thought, though. Oh, okay, these are 2 meter. Yeah, okay, there's no 1x1 Grouston wall. Someone did point out that the Grouston windows, these 2x2 windows, they're actually arrow slits is what they're called, so thanks for that. Yeah, I was sort of talking about how back in those ages these were used by crossbowmen or longbowmen. Let's have a sleep. I think it's maybe a good time for that, and we'll continue working when there's a little bit more light. So guys, with the current series, obviously things are going to be coming to a close very soon. I do encourage you guys to check out the community posts, because I am sort of looking for suggestions on, I think I just called them cozy games. Look, Valheim's not entirely cozy, it is a bit of a challenge, but considering the other series that we're going through on the channel at the moment, I figure maybe we should reserve a spot for a cozy game. So yeah, if you've got any suggestions, definitely go onto that community post. You should find it pretty easily, and let me know your thoughts on what we should check out. Gonna need a little bit more stone, I reckon. And I reckon this is actually a pretty good experiment, because I am liking what I'm seeing so far. It makes the Grouston that's coming out of the side of the chimney a little less jarring. Let's do a crust pie, maybe some of our roast boar. So I would have liked to get these corners, you know, sort of aligned or fixed up somehow, but I don't really see a way to snap correctly in that spot. So what I might do is I might actually try and force the piece in manually. I think we should be able to achieve the look that we're going for. So I think that's the snapping point that we should use there. Hopefully this will work out. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, there's a little bit of unevenness there, but considering the nature of stone, I think it is barely noticeable. So let's do the same thing for all of these corners. And once we're done with this experiment, we go back down and continue working on, you know, the space, the mid-tier and lowest tier. And I think there's several things that we need to do out there, to be honest. Putting down grass, etc., etc. Oh, let me try and make myself some place I can stand on here. Right. That looks good. I mean, I could pretty much just snap that, right? Oh, no. Okay. I think that's fine. Righto. We are done. Our chimney is looking even more fabulous than before. So happy with that. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think about doing that sooner. Just trying to think about whether or not there's any other sort of embellishments that we can think about adding. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's entirely necessary. We are at our limit, probably, as to the height of this chimney. And I'm happy that things didn't really start crumbling or anything like that during our experiment. So, I think we're done. Let's just remove all of the horrible sort of wooden scaffolding pieces that I've set up here. Should take a glance at this place from afar. Look at those vines. Love it. I just do hope that they climb all the way to the top. Haven't really seen that just yet. Right, next thing to work on is, I think very quickly, I should be able to just get some grass in this area. I assume this is not going to hurt the growth of our vines. Something like that, and then using Parthen, I should be able to sort of tidy up the edges here. Okay, that looks really nice, actually. Do I want to pave this area? That's a very good question. I haven't really thought about whether or not that's viable. It's gonna be quite difficult to get paving done for the farm, and I figure that it's probably better that we leave things as just grovel, really. So these can be dirt paths. But yeah, the next challenge is going to be getting ourselves a decent pathway that'll lead up this way. So I don't think it's going to be too difficult, but I guess the real issue is the placement of our portals. So maybe we should get the portals moved first. And again, they'll probably just be like moved temporarily somewhere. Okay, so would it be feasible just to put them against the wall here? Maybe it's not so bad. Again, it's just a temporary setup. So, one for wherever we might want to go, and then one should be to the stones. And yeah, now we should be relatively free down here to set up what we want to set up. So I want to leave the height where it is, so I'm hoping to leave that undisturbed somewhat. What I will need, however, is plenty more stone, which I do not have. I don't have the stone. So I think a trip out to the plains is in order to gather up some stone. It was bound to happen sooner than later, so probably need some decent foods. I might get favour as well. I'm sort of starting to think about what we want to do for the rest of the series, guys. I only have a few more episodes, and I was contemplating about whether or not we should go with the Ashlands base and try to do something on that front, or, you know, do we do other things at the home? I'm having trouble trying to think of additional things to do at home, though. Taming a wolf is something that I would like to do, but that could be a long process. But, you know, I feel like I should have started that process a lot quicker, because I'm spending so much time here at home that, did I just see the vines sort of reduce in size? I'm not sure if, maybe they just change shape every now and then, but I'm quite certain that they will grow all the way up the tower there. Sorry guys, I don't need to be in the plains, do I? I need to be in the... trader portal. Hildir's location. You know, one thing that I'm a little bit afraid of with wrapping up the series and coming back to it is, am I going to remember all of the names of my portals before, you know, I come back? Yeah, real worrying actually. Perhaps maybe something that I should do once I do wrap up the series is I might do a little bit of homework on what portals I have out there. Obviously, we want to remember all of the critical ones that we regularly go back to. Might need to just make a bit of a list. I was sort of thinking about changing the names of some of my portals, so like... Oh. That gave me a fright. Jeez. Yeah, I was thinking maybe I should rename the Trader 1 and Trader 2 portals to Haldor and Hildir. Yeah, I did not hear these guys coming, actually. And, I feel like I didn't hear them because as I said, I had the fan running. Or I do have the fan running, currently. So I'm getting a little bit of background noise from there, but... luckily we survived. So that's good. I'm hoping to be able to explode this for heaps and heaps of stones. There's actually quite a lot of stone here still buried underground. Have I reached the end? Possibly. just constantly checking the time, or rough time, because I don't really want to be caught out here at dark. Okay. I can't really see what I'm doing, so... might head back now. I do have quite a lot of stone already. There's more to be had, but do I need it right away? I guess I don't really. I could come back and do more mining another time. We should have at least enough for completing the work that we want to do in this area. So, geez, a bit foggy as well. I think it's time for bed, and I'm hoping to be able to get rid of the fog in the morning. Yeah, I'm happy that I actually had the mashed meat there before we left, because without that, I think we would have died to those blobs. Still pretty foggy. Gonna wait for the sun to come up. That should give us a little bit of time to perhaps maybe get some cooking done. Some mashed meats would be good. I just keep forgetting what we need for the mashed meats. Vulture meats. That's what we need. I wish there was a way to actually grow the fiddleheads yourself. It doesn't really make sense that you can't do that, unless they're like a weed and they, you know, only grow in the Ashlands. But even then, you would think that you'd be able to sort of grow stuff in the Ashlands. Like we grow stuff in the plains and in the Mistlands. Alright, so... with the stone that we have, let's start planning things. So really what I want is... to be able to maybe do something like that. We want the staircase to be facing forward. We could do like a pretty wide staircase. And maybe that would look pretty nice. But not too wide. I already see a bit of an issue here with the need to raise the soil somewhat in these parts, but perhaps maybe what we need to do is not raise the soil. Maybe we need to push the staircase back. So instead of starting where we did, maybe I'll start from a meter back. How do we feel about 2 wide, or do we go 3 staircases wide? I think we've got something here. Probably just want to see what I can do with maybe adding a bit of curvature. Man, getting things to snap properly can be kind of difficult. Maybe if we curve it around a little bit more. Actually that might be excessive. It'll be like that. Yeah, that doesn't look right to me. Maybe I'm overcomplicating things by adding the curve. Ran out of stone. Already. Jeez. Well, back we go then. I feel like we didn't really get too far there with our plans to build the staircase, but I think our plan is viable though. We just need to be careful about executing stuff. So, I think I made the decision, guys, while I was sort of working on everything here, but perhaps going out to the Ashlands and building a base there is going to be the last activity that we do for the series before we, you know, call it a wrap for now. And yeah, I figure that would be a good use of our time because we have a base in almost every biome, right? Like a more permanent spot. So I sort of want something similar in the Ashlands. I know we don't really need to go out there very often, except for maybe grabbing some fiddleheads, smoke puffs, and ashwood. But it'd be nice. It'd be nice to know that we have, you know, a foothold in the Ashlands, so to speak. What am I doing here? I am looking for some food, because I don't want to be caught out and caught off guard. Actually, I shouldn't have eaten that. I should have eaten something else. Maybe we do some bread as well. Yeah, that's alright. Decent HP, decent stamina. Just gonna do a little bit more stone gathering, but I reckon this is gonna be the episode, guys. And when we come back in the next one, we'll hopefully have enough stone to complete our little staircase project there. I could, like, simply explode the top if I really wanted to. Have we reached rock bottom here? I think we may have. Bit hard to reach this little mound over here. I feel like we're almost there. I think things should be disconnected, or maybe... hang on. Maybe this is still holding it back. I think we're looking really good here, so hopefully we can get this whole thing down. Although, do I need to climb on top of it or something? Maybe. Oh. Okay. Well, that didn't really work. I'm wanting the thing to explode, but it hasn't really done it. Oh, there we go. Nice. Look, I might not explode the entire thing though, because we probably need to come back for more stone at another point rather than trying to collect it right now. So yeah, that's pretty decent to me. Let's get ourselves back home and we'll call it an episode there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, drop me a like down below. Aside from that, suggestions are always welcome down below, so drop me a comment. Otherwise, stay true. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.